Let me just mute everyone here and we'll get started. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you all for joining me today. Let's get started in our mountain pose. So let's just take a moment to check in. So feet or shoulders width. Take a moment to look at your foot direction. We all have a tendency to go in or out. Let's make them nice and straight so that our knees are aligned with our foot direction. Remember not to lock out the knees, a slight bend. If we can, think about relaxing that lower back down slightly, leveling out our hips. And then from there, take your palms, face them out, reach your fingers towards the earth. Let your shoulders hang down as your crown lifts towards the sky. Close your eyes as we stand here for a moment. This is going to change your center of gravity. This is going to allow you to focus more internally. So feel the weight on your feet. Do you feel it in your heels or your ball? Is it on the inside or the outside of the foot that has more weight? Maybe you want to circle or move forward and back. Finding center. So this is our connection to the ground, and we want to feel the center of our foot fully connected. Once we find center, tune into your breath. We always want to inhale through our nose, but maybe we exhale through our nose or our mouth. Relaxing the space between the eyes and softening the jaw. Fill the belly with each breath. Big, deep breaths. As we exhale, let those shoulders soften down a little bit more. Letting a smile wash over your face. Inhale, arms come up. Bring those palms together and then down in front of your heart. Drop the chin ever so slightly. Taking a moment, maybe you dedicate your practice. Maybe you give gratitude to yourself for this time you carved out today for your practice. Inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, fold forward. Release the arms in any direction that feels good. Bend through your knees. Let your head hang down. Maybe your palms hit the floor. Maybe you wrap the palms around the elbows. You can swing the elbows or shoulders from side to side, finding a little bit more length through the spine. Really relax the head, neck, and shoulders down. Bending through our knees allows us to open up our lower back a little bit more. One more nice deep breath. Exhale, really fold forward, relax further. On the inhale, we're going to look up and out, maybe at your screens, nice flat back. And then exhale, come all the way up. Nice gentle movement. Let's do two more. We call them half sun salutations. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands in front, to the side, whatever feels good. Inhale, look up and out, flat back, length through the spine. Exhale, fold forward, relax your head down. Inhale, we come all the way up, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart or return the arms to the side. Whatever feels good. One more, warming up our spine. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, looking up and out. Exhale, folding down. Last time, inhale all the way up. Hands to the heart on the exhale or arms down the side body. Okay, let's do a little triangle. Okay, let's open up our body a little bit. So I'm doing my left foot nice and straight first, remembering that our right foot or rear foot is to the corner direction. Both legs are nice and straight. Lift out of your spine, arms come out, nice and level, extend through your fingers, and then we're gonna reach forward and fold. Remembering we don't have to go very far. Everyone's triangle is gonna look different, okay? We can be here in a smaller one. We could extend all the way down, okay? Or we can even use blocks. Okay, we want to rotate open, finding length through our spine, remembering that there's no weight in our left arm. We can open our palm or place it on our shin. Look towards the sky or protect our neck and relax and look down to the earth. Taking one more breath here. Find that length through the side body. And then inhale, coming up. Relax those arms down for a moment. Turn both feet into the center. We're going to do one forward fold before we do the other side. So both feet turn slightly in towards the center. Arms come up on an inhale. And we exhale and fold. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders down. Relax the arms. Maybe you bend in the knees. Maybe you just barely reach the floor with our fingers, or you feel the need to shimmy your feet out a little bit wider. One more nice deep breath. And then inhale, look up and out, flat back. Exhale, hands come to your hips. Use your core. Inhale, come up. Beautiful. All right, let's do the other side. We're going to come to sit on our mats after this. So this is the big work, right? So right foot's nice and straight. Look at your back foot, about corner direction or 45 degrees. Nice engagement in both legs, lifting through our core. Arms come out, nice and straight, length through our fingers. We're going to reach forward and then fold at our hips. Like a pendulum, leaning into it. Remember, not a lot of weight. Doesn't matter where we go. We want to try and rotate our chest open more than we lean forward. So everyone's triangle is going to look different. We're trying to make one line through our arms. We can look up or down. Find that length through your side body. Take 2 more breaths. Remembering this is our hard work for the day. And then on the next inhale, come up. Relax those arms down. Turn both feet into the center. Now you might have to shimmy them so that they're in one line, right? Okay. Toes turn in. Last forward fold. Feel those hips open. We really want to rotate from our hip folds here. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax your head down. Try to relax those shoulders. Maybe you shimmy your feet out a little bit wider, or you wrap your arms. Finding your breath. And we'll repeat the same as before. Inhale, look up and out, flat back. Exhale, hands come to your hips. We're really using our core here. Inhale all the way up. Nice. Let's come back to center. So however you need to get there. We're going to do a half sun salutation and then come and sit down, okay? One more kind of variation for our spine, resetting it. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax your head down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Relax your head down. Last time, coming up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Nice work. All right, let's come and sit down. All right. Let's take a moment. Let's open up our hips from a different direction. So bringing the base of our feet together. Maybe you want to sit here on a blanket or a block. That'll allow your back to relax a little bit more. You won't have to use as much effort to sit up nice and tall. So let's just take a moment to cool down a little bit. We built a lot of energy. So we'll bring our feet together. Let gravity do the work to open up our knees. Lift through the crown of our head and relax that neck down. You can take your hands to the inside of your feet if you'd like, pressing them open. But take a moment, close the eyes, allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Big inhales and exhales, smooth, even, and continuous breath. Remembering we got our hard work out of the way in the beginning of class today, so we can take a moment, relax. Maybe you lean forward a little bit. Maybe you feel called and you want to move from side to side, opening those hips. Just take a couple more breaths here, fully relaxing into this pose. With each breath, you breathe all the way down to the belly and hips, softening slightly. Release. Coming up, if you have a blanket, we're going to move that to the side. Stretching out your left leg. Curling back those toes. We're going to lift through the crown of our head. Place the left arm on the thigh and reach that right arm overhead. Palm facing down, finding length from your fingers down your side body. You can take the left hand to the right knee if you'd like, inserting a little bit more of a twist. Inhale, coming up. Just take one brief stretch back through the other side. Just reach and extend. And then we'll go and stretch out the other leg. So right leg stretches out, left knee bends in. Curling back those right toes, always giving us a solid base. Right arm to the thigh or hand to the opposite knee. Left arm extends overhead. Length from your fingers down the side body to your hips, avoiding that bend in your elbow. Two more breaths here. Reach, lengthen, and then come up. Right arm extends overhead for one moment. Length through that side body, bending into the left elbow. And then we come back. All right, let's open our hips nice and wide. Curling back those toes. Length through them, but focus on the lift through the crown of your head and then gently fold forward. It's going to look different for everyone. Maybe you get your forearms to the mat. Maybe it's your palms. Maybe you feel called to reach out to your feet. Whatever it looks like for you, remember to focus on alignment. So length through our spine, relaxing the head down. Really rotating our torso in our hip sockets. As we enter into each pose, we always check in with our breath. Smooth, even, and continuous. Inhale will come up. Let's draw our legs together. We're going to bend our left leg and then take the right leg across to the other side. If that's difficult, please just keep it in front so that both hips are flat on the mat. When we do this, gonna hit everything on the side of the hips and that sciatica a little bit more. All right. Lift and lengthen. Try to keep or bring both hips closer to the mat here. We can stay here sitting up nice and tall. This does a lot of work. Or if you'd like, take the left hand or elbow around the knee, twisting, turning, and looking to your right side. Remember the focus on our hips, bringing your right hip closer to the mat, lifting through the crown of the head and still having those shoulders hang down. Two more breaths. You really dig deep into your breath. Feel the belly expand into the thighs. Come back to center for a moment. Sit up nice and tall. And then turn into the other side for a couple of breaths. You might find it easier to draw your right hip closer to the mat as we turn this direction. And release, untwisting the legs nice and slow. We're going to straighten them out for a moment first and insert a forward fold, realigning our spine. So we move our thighs to the side, finding our sit bone. Curling back our toes, we inhale and lift our arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Remembering it's not about reaching our feet, it's about length through our spine. So maybe our hands are resting on our shins and then we relax our head down. Wherever you are, find length through the spine, connect with your breath, and try to relax into each pose in your practice today. On the next inhale, come and sit up. Maybe you roll those shoulders back. Let's move into the other side. So bending the right leg. We can keep our left foot planted in front of our right ankle. This is beautiful. Or we can cross it over to the other side. We can always shimmy that left foot out in front if we have the flexibility in our hips. Remember, we want to keep our left hip closer to the ground. Lift through the crown of your head. You can stay here in this beautiful lifted position or take that right arm around the knee, turning and looking to your left side. Our left fingertips gently point to the side direction as we focus on length through the crown of our head and relaxing our shoulders down. With each breath, you draw your left hip close to the mat as you feel your belly expand into your thighs. And then we release. We come back to center. Sit up nice and tall for a breath. And then we'll turn and twist to that other side for a moment. And release. Coming back to center. Unraveling those legs. This is your choice. We can insert a forward fold with our hips, knees, and ankles in one line. Or if you call to do so, spread those legs wide and fold forward that way. Your choice. Everyone's going to feel different. Inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, folding forward. Relaxing the head down. Finding length through our spine as we release our lower back, stretch behind our legs. And then on an inhale, we'll come up. Love it. Reach up. Let's draw our hands to our side. Lift our chest out. Hips, knees, and ankles in one line. If you did a wide leg forward fold, let's lift the chest and then drop the chin, stretching out the back of the neck, lifting our heart center. Squeeze those shoulder blades together for a moment. And then release. All right. Yes. Are we ready to come and lay on our backs? Maybe a child's pose. I see a lot of shoulder movement going on. Let's go into child's pose next. Let's open up those shoulders a little bit. So let's rotate onto our hands and knees first. And let's insert some cat and cow, opening up those shoulders. So as we do this, we have our wrists and shoulders in line, knees and ankles, or knees and hips. Lift out of your shoulders here, okay? So let's do some spinal movement. So we lift the hips and look up. Exhaling, chin to chest, navel to spine, hunching and rounding the back. Think about a cat here, arching its back. Inhale, relax the spine. Look up. Try to really gain movement through your shoulders and spine right now. So sink down, let your torso hang into the earth with those in. Exhale, rounding the back. So we're moving through our shoulders, our spine, and our hips. Getting our neck as we look up and then draw the chin to the chest. We can keep with this movement here. Or if you'd like, you can tilt your hips from side to side, so a nice solid base through your shoulders. Remembering that every time our hands are on the mat, our fingers are spread nice and wide. Every inch of our palm is pressing into the mat. If you feel called to do so, circle the hips, nice big circle. Moving in a way that you feel called to do so is the key to your yoga practice. Listening to our bodies. Taking a moment to just acknowledge what we need and just feel, knowing that what we're doing is best in that moment in time. Let's go into child's pose. So reaching those arms out a little bit. Scoot your hips back towards your heel, resting the head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe the head is placed on the mat. Maybe you make two fists, stacking them on top of each other to rest the forehead. or perhaps you have a block. If you have a couple of blocks and you want a little bit more of a shoulder opener, you can place them underneath your arms, under your triceps, and we place our hands in prayer position and draw the thumbs towards the base of our skull and let our head sink towards the floor, just like normal child's pose. This helps open our shoulders and stretch out our arms, releasing the neck and upper back. Child's pose is a great position to check in with your breath. With each long inhale, feel the upper lungs fill, the lower lungs begin to press into the thighs, and then the belly fully expands into our thighs. As we exhale, we feel the body pull away, navel drawing towards the spine. If the arms are bent, we're going to relax them down first. Maybe we move the blocks to the side. Full child's pose for a couple of breaths. Maybe you take a moment to reach your fingers a little bit further, finding more length in your spine. Maybe you change your knees so that they're wide to the edges of your mat and the toes are together. We'll draw our hands back towards our shoulders and our head. We'll push up out of the ground. Draw your knees together. We're going to come up onto our knees for a moment, something a little bit different. Bring your hands to your hips. Press them out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. We can keep the head neutral or look up towards the sky. We just want to push our hips out the other direction. And then release. Oh, let's come onto our hands and knees. I think everyone else can use that more than I. That is beautiful. Hold for another moment if you'd like. Taking a couple of more breaths in that position before turning onto your back. We'll all meet there together, so hold as long as feels good for you. We'll move nice and slow. Everyone will eventually arrive in the same position, just knees up, laying on our back. Taking a moment. You can have hips, knees, and ankles in one line, or feet out to the edges of the mat, knees hanging in towards the center, touching. Hands on the belly or hip, or palms open to the sky, armpits open. Whatever allows you to relax fully. Maybe you feel called to have the arms overhead, palms facing up. Wherever you are, feel the arms melt into the floor. Feel the lower back relaxing closer to the mat. Next, we're going to take the arms down the sides of our bodies. So our palms are near our feet. We're going to press our palms and shoulders into the mat. So we're giving ourselves a solid base so we can draw our knees towards our chest. Curl back our toes and then see if you can press your heels close to the sky. Eventually making one line, hips, knees, and ankles all the way up. Just stretch out those legs and then bend the knees. Draw those feet back to the earth, hips, knees, and ankles in one line. Coming into a small bridge, lift the hips up off the mat. Pressing into the palms and shoulders, remember to lift the chin slightly towards the sky. Breathing deep. Keeping those knees in alignment, we can always use a block to squeeze between our knees, helping with that alignment. And release. Drop those hips back towards the earth. Knees into chest, hug the arms around them nice and tight. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you circle, massaging the lower back one direction and the other. We'll let the feet hit the floor one more time. Arms come down the sides of your body. Palms are near your feet. Fingers might even brush the backs of your heels, but we're going to press into the palms and shoulders one more time. Remember, our chin's always lifted, knees to chest. Curl back the toes, press the heels towards the sky. Trying to make one line, hips, knees, and ankles all the way up. One more breath. And then bend the knees. Feet hit the earth. Maybe you have them very close to your thighs. Maybe you change and have them out wider. We're going to do a small bridge, lifting those hips, squeeze the glutes. We can keep the palms and shoulders pressing into the mat, or if you feel called to do so, lace the fingers behind your back, squeezing those shoulder blades together a little bit more, lifting the hips a little bit higher. One more breath here. Release the arms, relax the hips back down. Draw the knees to the chest, hug them in nice and tight. Maybe you rock, maybe you circle. And let's insert one final pose, happy baby pose. So we can take a strap and wrap it around our feet, balls of the feet, heels to sky, knees open wide, and we pull them towards our shoulders. We can also take our arms to the inside, palms to the outside of the feet, heels towards the sky, thinking pulling down. Remember, your chin is always slightly lifted, not chin to chest. Look up. If you feel like it, you can move from side to side here. We want to work on opening up those hips. Nice and wide with your knees. Trying to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And release. Draw those knees into your chest. Final twist. Palms out so that you look like a T, or palms up towards the sky like a cactus or field goal. You can wrap the legs if you want, taking one leg across and around to the other side and twist, or just twist open, letting your knees fall towards the ground, whichever direction you feel called to do so first. We can keep our head in a neutral position or complete the twist looking the opposite direction. With each breath, we feel a little more rotation through our spine. Our shoulders and arms feel heavier into the mat. Coming back to center nice and slow. And then across to the other side. Slowly back to center. You can draw the knees into the chest if you'd like. One final time. And then stretch out the legs, nice and long. We can enter into our final resting pose here. Nice alignment through our spine, relaxing our feet, palms up towards the sky. Or if you'd like, you can join me in balancing the yin and yang energies of the body, making soft, gentle fists. We press the middle and ring finger into the center of our palm. Curl back our toes, kicking out our heels. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Then the arms and legs come a couple of inches off the ground. We're tightening every muscle in our body. Remember to really press into the center of your palms here. Curl back those toes, kick out the heels. We're using all of our core. We're balancing on our middle and lower back. Balancing the fire and water energies. We'll take one more deep breath. Big inhale, and then on the exhale sigh, release every inch of the body. Palms open to the sky, feet dangle to the side, relaxing the space between the forehead, between the eyes on our forehead. The jaw softens. Our limbs feel heavy into the earth. Our shoulders sink down even more. As we allow our breath to return to its natural rhythm, knowing that this final resting pose is just as important as the practice itself. It's natural for your mind to wander. Just keep bringing your focus back to your breath, using that as a point of meditation. Maybe place your hands on your belly, bringing that focus internally, feeling that rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Just taking a few more breaths here. If you'd like, you can stay here for a few more minutes, or you can begin to gently awaken your body, wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling your wrists and ankles. We've reached the arms overhead like it's first thing in the morning, finding length from your fingers down to your toes. Then gently lifting one knee up and the other, so we can roll onto one side for at least one breath or two. Moving nice and slow, we use our upper arm to push into a seated position. Taking a moment with our eyes closed, slowly coming back. Taking a few deep breaths, letting your shoulders soften and hang further towards the floor. Letting a smile wash over your face to carry throughout your day. We'll inhale and lift our arms up overhead. Bringing those palms together, we exhale and bring them down in front of the heart. Taking a moment of gratitude for yourself and your practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's some good
Thank
stretches for my back.